President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the phone call from the Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte. During the phone call, President al-Sisi hailed the distinguished bilateral ties with Italy at all levels, in addition to the fruitful cooperation in combating terrorism and extremism. The President also stressed Cairo's keenness on resuming consultations with Rome on different regional issues. The two leaders tackled the means of boosting military and economic ties, as well as a number of regional issues of mutual concern, especially the developments in Libya. The phone call also discussed the aspects of cooperation on the security, economic, trade, investment, and the energy fronts, along with the latest developments of the ongoing investigations in the case of the Italian student Giulio Regeni. For his part, Conte expressed his country's keenness on boosting bilateral ties with Egypt in different domains and intensified the coordination regarding the developments of the regional issues, as well as reaching peaceful solutions for the crises in the Middle East and the Mediterranean regions. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the phone call from President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. The phone call tackled the files of bilateral relations, as well as a number of African issues and ways to boost the developmental and the economic cooperation among the African countries. The President of South Africa said he is keen on boosting the bilateral cooperation with Egypt, as well as boosting the joint African action to achieve the aspirations of the African continent for a better future. For his part, President al-Sisi stressed that Egypt is looking forward to developing the already distinguished relations with South Africa. The President stressed the importance of work to benefit from the great potentials of the two countries, with the aim of activating the frameworks of the bilateral cooperation in different fields to achieve the joint benefits and push forward the development process in the African continent. The government said that it submitted a report to the Parliament on the efforts to combat the coronavirus pandemic. The report covered 6 axes, which mainly focused on the preventative measures against the virus spread, such as limiting the public gatherings, boosting the medical infrastructure, and providing strategic commodities to reduce the economic fallout of the pandemic on the people's lives. The report stated that since February, the Health Ministry launched a hotline to establish a direct contact with the citizens in order to respond to the inquiries and receive reports of the suspected infections. The government also mentioned a number of important preventative measures that were taken by Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli. The Armed Forces Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Mohammed Farid, accompanied by the Sudanese counterpart, Lieutenant General Mohammed Othman Al Hussein, witnessed the main phase of the Egyptian-Sudanese joint air exercise, Nile Eagles 1. Nile Eagles is taking place at an air base in Sudan, with the participation of the units from the air forces and the elements of the special forces from the two countries. The main phase of the drills included the takeoff of a number of multi-mission fighter jets to execute training operations in the air, cover reconnaissance operations, counterattack, and defend the vital targets, as well as executing some missions by the special forces of the two countries. Lieutenant General Mohammed Farid conveyed the greetings and the appreciation to the troops, the military, and the political leadership of Sudan on behalf of both President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and the Minister of Defense, General Mohammed Zaki. Egyptians abroad began printing and filling the ballot papers in the runoff round of the first phase of the parliamentary elections. The Foreign Ministry urged the Egyptian expatriates to log on to the official site of the National Election Authority and make sure to submit all the needed documents in their mails. The Egyptian expats are to go to the nearest postal office to send their mails to the mission's headquarters, which will continue to receive the ballots until Monday, the 23rd of November. Egyptians abroad send the ballots by mail to the embassies and the consulates instead of voting in person as part of the precautionary measures to curb the spread of the coronavirus pandemic during the voting process. An American giant pharmaceutical company prepared to file an emergency request to roll out the vaccine while New York shut the schools and California braced for the nighttime curfew heading into the American holiday season.